was Drake,
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, here been a front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sit and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though, and welcome to Woodward Heavyweights live on Woodsports.com. I'm your boy, he's joined my guy, Spin More Rex.
What up, though?
Young Chris, JB Smooth, rocking along on a Wednesday, which means there's only one more sleep.
One more sleep.
One more sleep.
I can't believe it, honestly.
It came fast for you?
Yeah.
This week has been long.
Always comes fast.
Like it's actually was a little bit faster than I anticipated, but like it's still been like, I don't know, man. Tomorrow feels like a week away still.
It feels like a Friday.
It does.
Does it?
It's been feeling like that all week, though.
Yeah.
I'm anxious.
Why are you anxious?
Just for the game to happen.
Scared.
Not scared
You
at
gotta
all.
be stoked.
No, I'm definitely stoked. Regardless, bro, football season's here. Speaking of, what were we gonna say?
Oh, shout out Jeff 580 in the chat. Did you hear the
Jeff's
new,
here?
in the chat?
Shout out.
Did you hear the new drop we have?
No.
Please play it for the man JB.
What we got? Little I afraid you slander? I'm not fond of that. It's my
Jeff
boy.
does take it in the bag sometimes.
Ooh.
So
Where did that? Is that from today?
yeah, we were talking about the fan, this fan,
Oh.
and so I meant like he takes it back there with him, and
Likely story.
yeah.
Poor Jeff. Shout out to Jeff for rocking with the boys.
Shout out to Jeff.
We got a jam-packed show for you guys.
Great coworker.
Great
Great
coworker.
coworker.
We got a special guest during the show, Connor Rogers from PFF and NBC Sports. If you don't know, he does the fantasy football show with Matt Berry, and he does the NFL Stock Exchange with Trevor Sycamore from PFF. He'll be joining the show. Got obviously breaking down tomorrow's game. We also bringing it back. The Old Faithful.
Old Faithful.
It was per request in our comment section yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's been a minute since we started up. But
By the numbers.
he done did it. Mine's a little rusty. Hold on,
I got some good numbers.
By the numbers.
Well, that's what you were doing. I got a couple good numbers for you guys, so you're gonna be happy about, and a couple that
69. All right. Jahmyr Gibbs says he's gonna go 1,000 rushing yards,
ADD.
and 500 receiving.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna
jump into that one.
Jahmyr Gibbs has a lot of faith.
And I think we need to have a Killian Hayes intervention. And following that, I think we'll invite a certain somebody on the show.
Yeah.
Because they're the anti what I am. Yeah, it's gotta happen for my minutes. We'll get to that one. Jeff, I know you're in the chat. 1 to 10. What do you? We'll save it. Actually, maybe we'll have Jeff.
save it.
One
We'll
more
say-
year.
This is big. Big football day, man. We got football tomorrow. NFL football, Lions football tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
By this time tomorrow, me and Easy are going to be pre-gamed up.
Yes, sir.
We're going to give you guys the best hour of your life, like I told my ex-girlfriend. And we're going to have a great time leading up to the Lions pre-game show.
Chris, did you get that video from the fantasy football one from yesterday? I put out a video on prep. I don't know if you knew which video it was.
I do not. I grabbed the ones from today and then the Shaq one as well.
Fuck it. We'll just jump right in the Shaq. But if you download that Justin Gaethje one, that's awesome. That is
What is
relates
the
to
Shaq
football.
one?
Shaq one, Spinny, if the aliens that you call out all the time, talk the most shit to.
Yeah, pussies.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that about you. Love you. Hate that about you.
I'm playing Starfield now, so I'm conquering the universe.
What is
You guys-
Starfield?
It's a video game.
Okay.
It's like, have you ever played Fallout or Skyrim? It's like Skyrim,
I love
but
Skyrim.
outer space.
Oh, that's
You go to
interesting.
different planets.
Sounds
It's the same
amazing.
kind of gameplay as Skyrim.
Is that only PC?
It's an Xbox and PC.
Okay.
I may check it out.
Might have to check that out.
It's
check it
sick.
out. I wish it came out before football season.
Yeah. Well, it came out last weekend.
And you're like wavering hours. You guys kind of like do nothing. How often are you like hitting the old ESPN app and shopping waivers and possible trades? That's me all football season.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe after week 1 I'll start doing that more. But
Yeah.
I just picked up Commanders defense. I'm starting them week 1.
Who they playing?
Houston.
I like that.
Or not Houston. Sorry, Arizona.
So Houston's playing Ravens. Crap, that's why I
Arizona.
picked up the Ravens defense. Yeah, that's even better.
Yeah, I got
Joshua
the
Dobbs
Jets
starting
defense, but
quarterback.
they're playing Buffalo. So
Yeah, that's
it was between
Shout
them and
out
Jacksonville.
Josh
man, Jets. They're my number 2 team in power rank, or
Yeah.
3, I think it was. But nonetheless, if the aliens came down, it's been talking so much shit, and we had to send one ambassador to make peace or bridge some type of agreement where they didn't kill us or we just,
Yeah.
just peaceful.
Tony Ferguson was.
No, I would not send Tony Ferguson.
What do you mean?
He would wage war. It would be the worst thing possible. I'm sending Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq would be
Can you
a good one.
introduce yourself, please?
My name is Dr. Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, congratulations on your career as a doctor.
Thank you.
What type of medicine do you practice?
No, not that type of doctor.
What type of doctor are you?
I'm not a medical doctor.
Who is that girl?
You're a psychiatrist?
No, but I do have a minor in psychology.
She came out of
You have a
nowhere.
minor? Oh,
Yes,
so you're
Industry
like a
plan.
therapist.
Industry plan for sure.
I can be if I want to.
Okay.
Just basically bring Shaq up.
I also could have been a professor, but I don't.
You don't want to do that?
Nah,
Do you see patients regularly
all the time.
and they talk to you about their problems?
They don't talk. They just listen.
You just talk to them
I love
Yes.
Shaq.
about your problems
Yes.
and they pay you for that?
Well, they don't pay me, but
Why do you do that? Charity?
because I'm the love doctor.
Okay.
And they don't pay me because if they pay me, that would
He's
be
the goat.
illegal. So I guess it's free.
But I just think about it sometimes, like
Shaq's
Great.
the man.
yeah, he's just he's the man. He's done like everything you'd like to do in life. I mean, Darren McCarty is that too, but Shaq's obviously like also 7
Global
foot tall.
scale, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Shaq is him. That's my alien ambassador.
Shaq is him. That's fair. I might send up D-Mac.
D-Mac could be a good one too. He would just end up being best buds with him.
Yeah.
They'd come back high as fuck.
Yeah.
They'd be what do you call it? Baking out the fucking spaceship.
Baking out the UFO.
The UFO be swerving clouds.
Get pulled over by the space cops.
Check it out, boys.
Yeah.
I'm a
I would
dragon.
have been a kick-ass dragon, boys. Rah.
D-Mac's a good answer. Chris, who's your alien ambassador? If they came down to Earth, you'd send one person to bridge peace.
I mean, honestly, it is D-Mac because at the end of the day, that UFO is gonna be stuck in a cloud like it's a tree. Like it's
Yes.
gonna be. It would be fun. But if I had to pick somebody that neither of you said, I mean, the kind of obvious one is Dennis Rodman. Just because I feel like if we
fair.
send Dennis Rodman, they're leaving us alone.
Yeah.
They're straight chilling. They're
That
like,
is a-
they're
He
like,
already made peace with North Korea.
this person is weird.
He's got like a resume.
Yeah, he's got a diplomatic resume already. Dennis Rodman's a good one.
JB.
I don't know. I kind of like the Dennis Rodman pick just because he's already
Spike Lee.
loopy as hell. He's already out there. So I mean, I think him and the aliens can kind of connect on that same level.
If there's any human that has already made contact with aliens, it's Dennis Rodman.
It's Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, like
He might be an
like
alien.
he hangs out in
Yeah.
Vegas and Arizona all the time. He's definitely seen some stuff.
If it was more for his
What about
baddie-
Morgan Freeman?
Yeah, but he's kind of older. Like I
Yeah.
feel like there's like sign of weakness there. You know what I'm saying? But
Then they
Denzel
hear him talk.
Washington.
like if we
Denzel
send
Washington.
them a
Denzel.
7 foot behemoth, like
Yeah,
they're
Shaq.
just like damn. Yeah,
How about
Barbecue chicken.
but he's also like
Try
super
to guard me in
friendly.
a pain alien.
Yeah.
How about we just send him Rudy Gobert so either way it's a win. No matter what happens,
That's-
it's a win.
That's a good point.
He'd come back with a disease or something.
Yeah,
for sure.
space COVID.
Was Rudy Gobert the one that was brushing that porn star's hair on Twitter the other day?
No, that was Aiden.
Oh yeah, DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah.
Clicked on her profile. Well, not mad
Fire.
at him. I'm pro ho, bro. I'm not
Pro
like,
for sure.
for sure, like all day, 100%. Nothing to question about it.
Jeff Ifrady said I'm sending
Pro ho,
Prime.
all day.
Gotta be.
That's a good answer too.
Those aliens will be playing for Colorado next
Be fucking, they're
next
coming
week.
down like yeah.
They're covering the spread for sure.
Speaking of spread,
I was just about to say that.
do you want to introduce it?
Wait, which one? I'm thinking
I
of
was
different
good.
things.
I'll go with this one. Diarrhea.
Oh yeah, that's
Diarrhea
not what.
plan. What were
it's
you
not the
thinking?
spread. I was talking about the spread of the Lions game.
Go ahead. Is that into a read or something or what?
No,
Oh.
but we can do that because if you want to watch the Lions game, you can check out the Lions pregame before that because the Woodward Sports pregame
Nice.
show with the esteemed Jeff Ifrady, who does nothing in the back. It is Jeff Ifrady. He's going to be live before the Lions game, so make sure you guys come check it out all season long. Get your best Lions info right before the game, only on WoodwardSports.com with the Lions pregame show hosted by Jeff Ifrady.
Jeff does take it in the back sometimes.
Oh my God.
Oh
dude,
my
that's-
God.
I feel bad.
Breaking news. Tomorrow, the show's will start a little bit early.
Yeah.
We're starting at 4:45 tomorrow.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, we're
Yep.
going an hour. We're going to have Booner. Jeff's going to be here chilling with us.
Nice.
Because after the fact, as you said, we'll be watching the game together, getting lit.
Get a little turn up.
Are you bringing the tequila from the...
Yeah, I can do that.
all right. Is that dangerous mission?
Let's do it.
I'm down. There's no lesbians for you to hit on, though, Chris.
You're a monster for that one.
You're the monster, bro.
Dude, that's
Bro,
like
it's time
gaslighting
to
at its
change teams.
peak. That's gaslighting at its peak, dog.
That was happening. What do you? We all saw it.
It was not.
He was
like
trying
that.
to get her
He
to
was
switch
tripping.
teams. Mid-
For sure, trying to get us to switch
midstream.
teams.
I'm a machine.
That's what you're saying in here.
You're missing out on all this. Oh man, that was a legendary moment. But the Lions spread is down to 4.5 in most sports books.
I seen that.
So
Like that. It started at 6, if you guys don't know, and now it's at 4.5. Dude, and by the way, it didn't change for. I think actually no, it didn't change from the Chris Jones news, the Travis Kelce news,
Yeah.
from 6 to 4.5. I feel like that's a bit of a swing.
that
isn't
is a bit of a swing.
it? JB, you know more than us. You're the degenerate.
Yeah, so it did change to 4.5, like Spencer said. But as of right now, Travis Kelce is still listed as questionable, so it's more than likely he will end up playing.
He's not
Hopefully.
playing.
I mean, to be honest, I could see him playing. I just don't see him being
That'd be stupid to play him. That's not me as a Lions fan.
Yeah.
That's me as a
fantasy manager.
I don't even have Travis Kelce in any of my fantasy leagues,
I
but
do.
as a player, as like I
Also,
wouldn't
Kirk
want to play.
As a player pimp.
No,
you know
if
what
I'm
saying?
like as a player, if I'm Travis Kelce, I wouldn't want to play week 1
No, yeah.
off of what 2 days rest, 2 days notice.
I
from
think
your
for
injury?
the Chiefs, you don't want it to
As
play
a, yeah,
on week
as a
1
team,
either.
as a GM, I wouldn't be putting one of my best assets out there just for week 1. You need him for the long haul. You don't want him to get injured week 1. So
I gotta crush JB. So Travis Kelce, please play.
I mean, if he plays though, it's not going to be.
anything crazy.
It's going to be limited minutes, if anything.
Even at that, he's just not going to be as effective. Maybe in the end zone still, because he's 6'5", 6'6", however tall he is. But I mean, if he does play, I just can't see him being
I'm a machine.
typical Travis Kelce.
Can't see him being a machine.
Even though he's a machine.
I'm a machine.
But you said spread. By the way, shout out Joey Bosa just signed a $34 million deal. $34 million. That's
Per
his
year.
average annual salary.
5
Yeah.
years, 170 million with 122 and a half
It's like an
guaranteed.
NBA contract.
122
Shit.
guaranteed.
122 and a half guaranteed.
Wow.
That's a payday. Shout out Joey Bosa, because now Chris Jones definitely ain't getting that deal done after he saw that.
It's worth it.
Oh, for sure. He's one of the best players in the NFL.
Damn. I mean, look.
He had 16 pressures in a single game last year.
What does it make you think at all about Aiden Hutchinson's future?
No.
I didn't think about it either until I saw someone put it on Twitter. I was like,
I'll deal with the future when I see the future.
What about Michael Parsons?
what? You can see the future.
I'll deal with the future when I see the future.
When I become clairvoyant.
When the aliens finally take me and I come down and I'm able to see the future. Aiden Hutchinson's going to get a nice contract like that for sure. But we don't got to deal with that for another 4 years.
Yeah. And 49ers are blessed with Brock Purdy's deal now, too, that they could. I mean, he's literally Mr. Irrelevant. He has the cheapest of all quarterback contracts.
Cheapest of all.
So you could definitely afford to pay Joey Bosa a
I would
little
be so
bit.
hot if I was Brock Purdy that everybody's like, oh, Mr. Irrelevant, but then like also gassing him up. It's like, bro, change my nickname, please.
Oh, no, I'm sure his team takes care of him.
For sure.
Like, I'm sure, what's his name? The left tackle. I can't think of his name. Bless you.
Oh, Nick Bosa, not Joey Bosa. I apologize.
Yeah, Nick Bosa. I'm sure Nick Bosa takes care of him. I'm sure, why can't I think of his name? His left tackle.
Jermaine Dupri.
No.
Bow wow.
Biggie Smalls.
No. It's all right.
Trent Williams.
Trent Williams. I'm sure Trent Williams takes care of him. Like,
Yeah. True Williams got a big deal, too. I think he's
Yeah.
getting paid like 20-something.
Brock Purdy's getting fed.
I was completely unaware that he was
I
getting
mean,
bread
it's
like
just
that.
the nickname thing. Like, dog, come up with a better nickname. Don't just keep calling me Mr. Irrelevant.
that's what he
don't
is.
Yeah, I
get-
mean, that's what he is.
I mean, yeah, but
I would love
don't know, I'd be
personally
upset
keep me
about it.
hungry every day.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 300 pounds. Not that I'm not, but like, if I was like an athlete, or if I was like Brock Purdy, like, hey, I'll look in the mirror, call myself Mr. Relevant.
Yeah.
So I keep going out and proving them wrong. Mm-hmm. Do you think the Niners? You don't think that because you have them in their top 10. I have a feeling they might be. I don't know, bro. Like, they gotta have a downturn some point.
Based
Never.
on what? They still got all those good players.
Are you bought in on Brock Purdy? You think he's a real deal?
Yeah, I think he can be Jimmy G, if not better than
No-
what Jimmy G was.
No sophomore slump.
No. Shanahan offense, No such
Yeah.
thing as a sophomore slump unless you're Trey Lance. Then you just suck. But let me tell you guys about Big Boy, because burgers are back at Big Boy. Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over Big Boy. It's burger time. Try the best cheeseburger or our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger, which sounds fire. Craving chicken? Try the Dolly chicken sandwich or turn up the heat with Bob's hot chicken sandwich. Upgrade your regular fries to our chili cheese or loaded baked potato fries. Save room for desserts because we have a treat for you. Indulge in the Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake or satisfy your sweet tooth with our funnel cake fries. All of that and more at Big Boy.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. So register today at OutdoorEquipCo.com, and even you could have DMAC on your landscaping crew.
Come hang with the Woodward Sports Crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. Join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line. Featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Do you have football on the brain? Fall ushers in college and professional football, and this year, it's going to be awesome. Fall is also the perfect time to shop for your home and auto insurance. Shop like a pro with Swiss Insurance. They cover Wood Sports, and they can cover you too. Ask for Mark personally at Swiss Insurance by visiting SwissINS.com or call them at 248-800-4177. Again, that's 248-800-4177.
Shout out.
Shout out. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live at WoodSports.com. I'm Easy. Spin more Rex.
What up, though?
Young Chris, JB Smooth. Hit that like button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Share the stream. Appreciate you guys tapping in. Time to jump into it, Spin. I'm going to hit an audible real quick. It's something that's already on the prep sheet, though. It's something that's kind of been floating around national outlets as well, too. What is the bigger story if you are the NFL? What do you want the outcome to be? Patrick Mahomes overcomes Travis Kelce and Chris Jones, beats Lions, or Lions beat the defending champions?
Lions beat the defending champions.
Let's fucking go.
Patrick Mahomes, his aura, his history, his legend cannot grow anymore from this single game. Him beating the Lions opening week of the NFL season is just like, yeah, it's Patrick Mahomes, it's the Chiefs, duh. But the Lions beating the Chiefs when they're hanging their banners, giving Patrick Mahomes his first loss on an opening week in his NFL career, stunning the fair weather fans, stunning the casuals. That's something the NFL could market. That's something the NFL would be talking about for a while. That's something sports pundits would be talking about for a while. Because if the Chiefs win, it's just another Chiefs win. It's just Patrick Mahomes doing Patrick Mahomes things. But if the Lions win, it's, oh shit, are the Lions the real deal? Oh damn, they beat the Chiefs on their banner ceremony night. Oh damn, they went into Arrowhead and won. Maybe they're the real deal this year. And then they talk about NFC with what's it looking like. Are the Lions one of the best teams in the NFC? It creates a lot more drama. It creates a lot more storylines if the Lions win this game. And, you know, I did get a script leak.
Got a script leak?
I got a script leak.
Okay.
And I'm just saying, I saw something.
What'd you see?
It said 34-28 Lions.
Get out of here.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It said 34-28 Lions opening week.
Okay.
I'm just saying. You know, I got friends in high places. I got high friends in places.
So's D-Mac.
That's what I was talking about.
Chris, what is it for you? Because I know you like to think analytically about that type of stuff. Not analytically, but like storylines.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely the storyline would be Lions. I mean, it's the team that everybody's put the most money on. It's all the things that we've been saying for months now. Like, the attention is there. We had the conversation yesterday. Is this America's team? Like, how better do you become America's team than beating the defending champs on their home floor where they're 7-0 in debuts? Like, at the end of the day, this is a good position for the Lions to be in, and they are going to be prime to steal the national spotlight for not only tonight or tomorrow, I mean, but the rest of the season. Like, this is the type of win that's going to carry momentum throughout the entire season. They're going to keep looking back on this win if the Lions were to win. So I think it's a great opportunity for the Lions, and I think that the story is clearly, like Spencer said, you don't need to market Mahomes. Mahomes has nothing to prove right now. The Lions have everything to prove.
JB, you want in on this?
I mean, you guys have already said everything before. Spencer already said Mahomes doesn't need any more storyline behind himself. I mean, hell, this is Mahomes. He's just going to do Mahomes things throughout the whole entire season. Whereas the Lions sit here and get the W, like, that's going to erase a lot of negative that we've had about this team for a long time, just because you're going to keep reliving this simple fact that you knocked off the Super Bowl champs in week 1.
And I also think a loss to the Lions in week 1 creates more storylines for the Chiefs than a win would. A win for the Chiefs week 1, it would just be, yeah, it's the Chiefs. It's still Mahomes. It's still Andy Reid. They're still great. But if they lose, it's, all right, when are they going to get Chris Jones' deal done? They obviously need him. What is the true extent of Travis Kelce's injury? This team isn't the same with him. Do they have enough weapons to help out Patrick Mahomes and strive to the next Super Bowl? So both ways, a loss for the Chiefs creates bigger storylines for the NFL.
Yeah, I feel like the storyline of the Chiefs beating the Lions isn't even like a storyline. It's like, I mean, they're the favorites in this matchup for a reason. They're the Super Bowl champions. They've been in 3 of the past 4 Super Bowls. Mm-hmm. They're the freaking Chiefs. They beat the Lions. They're just handling it. It's another Sunday. It's another Thursday. Whatever day they play, they're used to playing national televised games. It's definitely the Lions. I don't think there's an argument about it. Whether it's the Detroit Lions, the NFL conspiracy-wise, or just in general, that's the bigger storyline. Look at what this thing has done just in terms of like Vegas. Like the fact that the Detroit Lions have the most bet defensive player of the year, mm-hmm. The most bet rookie of the year, mm-hmm. the most bet Super Bowl. That part is alone crazy in itself. Coach of the year. It's literally making money for the league. And if put them on this game for a reason.
And if you want to make money, you just got to tune into Woodward bets to figure out where to make all these bets. Like a phoenix from the ashes. Woodward Bets has returned. Shout out to Booner for hosting this. Woodward Bets is back starting Saturdays at 11 a.m. and Sundays at 11:30 a.m. So make sure you guys go check out Woodward Bets with Booner. Check it out.
Check it out. Nah, I agree. That's the biggest storyline for me. What do you think makes the biggest splash in your script? I guess who'd you have making the paving the way for the Detroit Lions victory?
You're not gonna like this. But it said Jared Goff is going to shine.
I ain't mad about that.
It said Jared Goff is going to go out there. He's going to be dotting up the Chiefs secondary.
These writers, since they went on strike, have been really lazy.
Yeah, these laid off writers? I mean, what's going on here?
Yeah, the writing strike is getting to it. But I'm just saying, it's, like I said, in both facets of Chiefs and Lions and the NFL landscape as a whole, the storylines get better if the Lions win. So we know that the machine doesn't stop for anybody, even if you are the darling in Patrick Mahomes. I'm a machine. It's facts.
You got Jared Goff dotting up the Super Bowl champions.
I don't, it's the script that was given to me. Mm-hmm. It might have said 3 touchdowns. I'm just saying. It might have said 350 yards.
Y'all want to question my sources? This guy has a script of Jared Goff dotting up the Kansas City Chiefs. Now I can see it. I think it's gonna be Jahmyr Gibbs. So much so that I talked myself into it by I tried trading for him in my fantasy league today. Yeah. What?
Easy. It's got to be for you, Brian Branch. He's the guy who's going to be the MVP of the team. He's the guy who's going to get the MVP votes over Jared Goff.
I mean, to be honest with you, he's gonna win it, and I'm playing. I think of him as an X factor, but I don't know what to expect out of him because we've yet to see him play a single game at this level outside of obviously preseason. Mm-hmm. And his assignment at the time was Kelsey. So I definitely had him down as an X factor. Now that Kelsey's questionable or like just not the same, I don't know. But I'm going Jahmyr Gibbs, man. I think without Chris Jones, I said this yesterday too. They're gonna have to bring the blitz. When you bring the blitz, Jared Goff's going to make a quick throw. Whether it's a flat or it's a screen, whatever it is. It's going to be Jahmyr Gibbs. He's going to take that thing.
There's going to be a lot of people eating in those underneath routes against the blitz. Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta, Amon-Ra St. Brown. We know that's some of Jared Goff's favorite targets. We know that is what the Lions like to do, how they like to run their offense, is a little dink and dunk and get things underneath, put the ball in the hands of your playmakers and let them do work. So we'll see, but I agree with what you said that without Chris Jones, they're going to have to put pressure on Goff some way.
Yeah.
And it's not just not having Chris Jones. It's not having Chris Jones or Frank Clark. So that's your two leading sack getters of the past, 5 years. Those are your two guys that put the most pressure on the quarterback in the recent history of the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Neither of them playing.
You got George Karlaftis, which I was kind of high on coming out of the draft, but like, brother, we got a Penei Sewell. Okay, I ain't worried about no George Karlaftis.
I ain't either.
He ain't coming in here and touching anything.
Yeah, and now you don't have to worry about double teaming Chris Jones.
Exactly.
You don't have to worry about paying so much attention to that monster in the middle. And you can just line up, do your assignments, and go. You know what I think is going to be a bigger game for than Jahmyr Gibbs? David Montgomery.
Yeah,
I think they're going to run the ball a lot, and they're going to run the ball with David Montgomery. And he's going to
Jared Goff and Montgomery.
Both things could be true.
That's fair. I like Lucas's take from this morning. Actually, put like a actual number. I said 85 yards, and it reminded me of a certain segment we're doing. By the numbers.
By the numbers.
Anytime the Vikings hit the 85 mark with Dalvin Cook, it was a W for them.
Yeah.
I feel like it could be just the same for the Detroit Lions, whether it's either David Montgomery and or Jahmyr Gibbs. I think if we're able to run the ball, we're good.
Yeah.
I got some information on that one in my by the numbers segment.
All right,
too.
we'll see. We'll see what goes on there.
Look forward to getting that.
I'm excited for this game. I'm excited to see the Chiefs go after this game. Ryan and Braylon are saying it's not going to be close.
Yeah.
They're saying it's going to be a blowout.
I can't really
I can't disrespect Patty and Andy Reid like that.
Yeah,
they're still gonna. It's still Patrick Mahomes.
They've done too much.
It's still Andy Reid. This is still the best coaching / quarterback combination in the NFL. Like, you gotta at least respect them. Give them their respect that they're gonna keep it close.
I understand Kelsey's out, and Kelsey was obviously a part of the Super Bowl run last year. But if you go back to that Bengals game, even the Super Bowl, but more importantly the Bengals game, half that receiving core went out. Like Patrick Mahomes was out there on a hobbled leg, whipping at the freaking 7-Eleven clerk.
Sky Moore, Justin Watson.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he is him.
Yeah.
There's no question. There's no doubt about it. But we will get to all that and more with our special guest Connor Rogers joining us, but not before Smitty tells us about Lady Jane's.
Lady Jane's, you can come into Lady Jane's Haircuts for men for an award-winning haircut experience. Register to win a trip of your dreams and all expenses paid sweet for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Winners, losers, pushes and draws, over-unders, prop bets, futures and spreads. Are you sick and tired of your picks being losers? Do you want to learn how to bet like a champion? Well, Woodward Sports searched the globe for the most dangerous man with a bet slip in his hand and gave him a show. Coming soon to Woodward Sports. Tune in every weekend as we introduce the greatest gambler to ever walk the earth.
Hi, I'm Booner, and I don't lose.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Downtown's newest sports bar has 13 track bin simulators, certified instructors, and most importantly, a full bar and restaurant. 5-Iron Golf Leagues are back, debuting September 11th. Never forget. Compete nationwide for a chance to win a trip to the Dominican Republic. Bring a foursome or sign up as an individual to be placed on a team at 5irongolf.com. Use promo code Woodward10 for 30% off the league. That's 5irongolf.com.
Always remember.
Always. What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live at WoodSports.com. I'm Easy, Spin More Racks.
What up,
Chris, JB Smooth. We're also joined by a fifth, the GOAT, the guy who made time for this to happen, Connor Rogers, both of NBC Sports, Fantasy Football Happy Hour, and PFF. You work for the Jets too, right? You do the pre and post game for them still?
That's right, guys. Pre and post game for the Jets. Going to be a pretty wild year, for better or worse, this season.
Yeah, I think it's going to be for better. I'm pretty high on the Jets this year. I think
number 3 in my power
season.
rankings this year.
Yeah, I'm not that high on them.
I'm that. Actually, where are they for you? What are your expectations this year for the Jets? Let's start with that.
Listen, it's so funny to watch everybody kind of go all the way one direction, which is that they have to make the Super Bowl to justify all these expectations and acquisitions of Rodgers and everything. And then the other side of it, everybody's like, this will blow up in their face. And for me, it's just somewhere in the middle. I think this is a team that wins 10 or 11 games, finally breaks a playoff streak. Them and the Buffalo Sabres have the longest playoff drought out of the 4 major sports. So that's a really big thing to get off their shoulders that, is not a good look for the Jets. And they want to buck that trend. They want to get back into the playoffs. They have the defense and now the quarterback that you could always scare somebody in the playoffs. Maybe they surprise somebody. So I think it's somewhere in the middle. And fortunately for the Jets, it feels like Rodgers is committed beyond this year where they can actually build within this window. It's not expected to be a one and done. So I'm excited to watch it play out. But I do think the defense and the run game that they'll have give them a better floor than a lot of the people that are betting against them are saying.
Yeah, I agree. I think adding Dalvin Cook was big for them. I'm a fan of Breece Hall, and obviously you have the former offensive and defensive rookie of the year on the team that's going to help you out. But tomorrow, NFL starts tomorrow. Week 1, game 1, obviously with our Detroit Lions going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. We are assuming there's going to be no Chris Jones. Travis Kelce is up in the air. Even if he plays, it's probably going to be limited. What do you expect to happen in that first game of the season, Lions going into Arrowhead?
I expect an exciting shootout, honestly. And I'm I guess, a little surprised to see the line this big right now. I mean, the Lions being underdog. I get they're traveling. I get it's still Patrick Mahomes, right? But it's still looking like it's a touchdown right now. And it feels like it would be a massive surprise if Kelce plays. I think the general public is not aware of just how good Chris Jones is and how important he is for the middle of that defense and how he is pretty much unblockable when rushing the passer, but also a guy that completely alters how you run the ball. So that's the number one thing I'm curious about. If the Lions are going to hang around and make this thing really interesting, which I think they will, I think maybe it's not the sexiest thing, but how about David Montgomery rushing in between the tackles? I really think that's an element that can kind of be the cherry on top for this Lions offense because they have a good line. We know that they can throw to Jahmyr Gibbs and get the rookie involved. We know Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to command a ton of targets. They have no problem throwing the ball and protecting Jared Goff, but obviously having that inside run game to sustain drives and keep Patrick Mahomes off the field is the biggest thing. Now, I'm not going to get all crazy and bet against the Chiefs because I would take Mahomes against anybody, like any logical NFL watcher would at this point. Mm-hmm. But I think the Lions are going to make this a lot more interesting than many people realize, and then the line indicates.
I agree with you. And I guess tap into your fantasy bag a little bit more. You just mentioned David Montgomery. Who do you expect, I guess, to carry the bulk of this offense throughout the year? Or I guess fantasy expectations for both those guys, Montgomery and Gibbs?
I think it always depends on your league settings, right? But let's just go with that a lot of people are playing in PPR, and that means they both have value, and that means they both can easily finish as top 20 running backs in fantasy, which is really, really hard for players to do that are on the same team. You're always trying to shake up who will break out, who will handle the bulk of the workload of the backfield. But the Lions are a rare exception. It's kind of the Lions. I look at the Jets as maybe the same way, where you'll be able to roster one of their 2 starting running backs and feel comfortable because the role is differentiated enough. With Gibbs, you guys have heard this enough, right? He's a guy that can really probably kick out to the slot when you need, get him involved in the pass game. I look at when Alvin Kamara was at his best in the Saints passing attack. That's how Gibbs should be used right away at the NFL level. And then Montgomery's a completely different element. I mean, they had Jamal Williams last year, and obviously he had a lot of success, especially punching the ball in. Montgomery's going to be able to do that too. I think when you're looking at running backs that might not be workhorse backs, but are still really valuable in fantasy, you want to take the guys that are in good offenses where they'll get touchdown equity. And when you look at the Lions, they're going to be able to get down the ball get down the field in between the 20s by throwing to Amon-Ra St. Brown, maybe throwing to Jahmyr Gibbs. I hope they get Sam Laporta involved as well. And that's going to be a lot of opportunity for Montgomery to finish runs, especially behind a pretty good offensive line. So they're the rare backfield. There's only maybe a handful in the league that both guys will have a real big impact across fantasy.
Yeah, I guess speaking of rarity, too, statistically, Jahmyr Gibbs was on ESPN, and he mentioned the high hopes of reaching that 1,000-yard rushing and 500 receiving. Is that realistic in your eyes?
I don't know about the rushing, and I don't know if I want that from him, right? I actually would like to see the receiving, and maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, even a higher capacity. I think that's maybe too low of a bar. I think Gibbs is a guy that can give you 650 yards through the air, and this is a young offensive coordinator that really understands how to get the ball in his playmakers' hands. He understands spacing and how to scheme guys open, and that's Gibbs. Just because he has the running back designation doesn't mean that he's going to be static behind the quarterback or next to the quarterback out of shotgun. You can really move him around the formation. I think the Lions will be one of those teams pre-snap that do a lot of that with him. So I would up the bar he set on the receiving, but I would lower it on rushing because at his frame and his rookie season, I don't know how many times I want to just turn around and hand him the ball. I love the change of pace on outside runs, but you went out and got David Montgomery because you want the comfort of handing him the ball 15 to maybe 18 times a game, and a lot of that up the middle. So and the Lions are a team, once again, they know how to use the extension of the run game, screens, jet sweeps, a lot of creative ways where it's kind of like a run play, but you're still technically throwing it in the stat sheet. So I like Gibbs' confidence, but I think he's got the numbers just a little bit off.
I would agree with that. I think he's going to be a little higher in the receiving yards than he will in the rushing yards. And a part of that is because they're going to be without their second best weapon on the outside in Jamison Williams for the first 6 weeks of the season. Coming from your perspective of who or how much will that be a detriment to them, not only in this game but going forward? And who do you think of as a fantasy option for the Lions receivers outside of Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Right. It's so fascinating with him because he's somebody that alters the game even when he's not being targeted. And I kind of looked at this the way the Giants just took Jalen Hyatt. The Giants are one of those teams that had nobody that scared you, and you need to put somebody on the field that can open up and lighten the boxes for Saquon Barkley. And I think similar to that, although in a much higher capacity, because I think Jamison Williams is a more talented player than Jalen Hyatt, is the fact that when he's on the field, you really need to understand that you might have to allocate help. It depends what you're asking your corner to do, but you're not just going to load up the box and leave your corner out on an island and say, hey, go run down the field with Jamison Williams. Good luck, especially with Jared Goff's accuracy down the field as well at times. When Goff is kept upright, Goff can deliver the ball, and that would be a really exciting thing to watch when Jamison's done with this suspension. So it's going to be interesting to see how not just the target production. I mean, to answer that question, they are going to feed Amon-Ra St. Brown a ton of targets. I think you get a bump from Sam Laporta. You get a bump in the receiving game for both running backs. I don't really necessarily think there's another receiver on the Lions that I'm chasing, thinking, wow, all Jamison Williams' production now goes to this guy, because he's in such a unique role with his speed that it's really, really hard to replicate that. So I think when he's back, it's going to be exciting to see what it does for everybody else. But in the meantime, they just kind of have to scheme without him.
Now, publicly, there's been conversations had, because I know your boy Trevor's a big Tampa Bay fan. He may be in the loop or not. That's why I text you about the Mike Evans stuff. But is there any update on that? Because here in Detroit specifically, Aqib Talib hit the Up and Adams show, and he recommended Detroit as a trade spot for Mike Evans. And we got local content creators here going crazy with that storyline. Is there any talks in your circles of that being a realistic possibility?
It's such a weird one, right, guys? Because you have what I would call a legacy player. There are times where teams, notably ownership, they want a player to finish out their career with the organization because it keeps people in the seats. It keeps their stats in those record books. I mean, if Mike Evans ever went to the Hall of Fame, right, I mean, he would obviously go in as a Buck. Nobody's denying that. But that whole record of him having 1,000-yard seasons consecutively, that might mean more to the organization than, for them just saying, hey, we got to get a third-round pick that could become a 2 back for Mike Evans. They might not be looking at it that way. Now, I'll say this, if they come out of the gate and Baker Mayfield looks like what we've largely seen from Baker Mayfield in recent seasons, maybe that attitude changes, because at some point you need to turn things over and rebuild and get assets. And the Bucs are a team that I can confidently say I don't think Kyle Trask or Baker Mayfield is the quarterback of the next 5 to 7 years. I think that guy probably lies within this draft class, one that looks pretty deep, by the way. So I would be going out to get those assets. But right now it seems like they aren't really hell-bent on doing that. Maybe if these contract talks just get kind of ugly, they have no other option but to try to get an asset back from Mike Evans, and you would think the Lions would be in the mix. I mean, why wouldn't the North be theirs this year, right? You have Minnesota, who's kind of hanging around. Green Bay's in a transition period. I still think they're a tough out, ironically. It kind of surprises me the odds makers have them significantly behind Chicago. I'm not really lining up with that one. But when you just look at talent on paper and time to go for it, this is what the Lions have been building for.
Yeah, and the last time we had you on, we talked about the Lions' new look secondary and what was going on there. And you said you needed to see it, meld a little bit. Obviously, a lot of new faces. You want to see how they play together. But it's weird to say that, like, this is a pretty good matchup for them because you've got Patrick Mahomes, who could be the best quarterback of all time on the other side. But we know the Chiefs' receiving core is lacking, and without his favorite target and their best pass catcher on the team, more than likely Travis Kelce not playing, could you see the Lions secondary kind of getting out there and making some things happen against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs receivers?
I mean, you'd love them to do that, right? And that'll be up to the guys up front. That'll be up to what these pass rushers can do to get Mahomes on the move and get him to try to extend some plays, and that'll give more opportunity for the guys in the back end to make plays on the ball. Now, Mahomes is going to get his, and in large part that's because he's the greatest quarterback on the planet. The other part is I wonder what kind of skill talent, like level, you could drop off to that Andy Reid wouldn't find success with. I would love to actually see somebody try that in an alternate universe. But I think at the end of the day, it's a good time to get them, right? You're not going to have Chris Jones. You're obviously there. Kadarius Toney is always dealing with something, but this time notably, he's been out for weeks after weeks with the knee injury he suffered early in the summer. They're trying to figure things out. If Kelce can't go, which it seems like it would be a shock, and even if he did, he's not going to be 100%. They're trying to figure things out. They're trying to get Sky Moore involved in this offense. Like, those aren't guys that should necessarily scare you. Rashee Rice isn't going to be taking on a full snap load. He's probably not even going to play 60 to 70% of the snaps. So you want to get them early. And the Lions, with they have some veterans in that secondary group as well. It doesn't feel like a matchup that should typically overwhelm them.
Let you go. First of all, we appreciate you being on the show and joining us, spending your time with us. I selfishly have a fantasy question about my own team, my big money league.
This is waste the last question.
Dude, I need to know. All right, it's tomorrow. So I have Kadarius Toney on my bench. My 2 flex spots is just the standard PPR league. Right now, I got Juju and OBJ in there. Should I make the move and put Kadarius Toney in over one of those guys?
I couldn't do it. It just feels like with Toney, I get the highlights, but you're playing roulette, right? And it depends, of course, on who you're matched up with and what the projections are, because I think Juju and obviously OBJ, you're getting a floor with those guys. And, I mean, the floor is the basement with Toney. You could literally have a 0-point week. He could go off for 21 points. So it always goes week-by-week basis. If you're like, hey, I'm significantly overmatched this week. This guy has a ton of great matchups. He's projected to outscore me by 30 points. Let me try something. I don't mind that. But usually week 1 in fantasy, the projections are, maybe 2 to 8 points different. So my suggestion is don't overthink things until you're really, really desperate. It's week 1. You're not even close to desperate.
That's fair. And I'm projected to win right now, but the guy I'm playing does have Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback.
Sky Moore, if you're doing anything. Connor, real quick, last time you were here, you called it. Jack Campbell to the Detroit Lions, and you and I were texting kind of back and forth during the draft. Between Jahmyr Gibbs, Jack Campbell, Brian Branch, and Sam Laporta, if you had to pick a Rookie of the Year for the Detroit Lions this year, who would you put your money on?
Oh, well, I might have already done that for Jack Campbell when the odds launched because it was just hilariously low. I can't even remember off the top of my head what it was, but it was one of those things where you're looking at it and you're thinking like plus 2,500 or something like that. How do you not sprinkle a couple bucks on that and laugh? And things change really quickly throughout the summer. It could take one training camp hype video. It could be the fact the guy's starting, whatever it may be. So I think Campbell was the value play. I think the guy that's chalk and has the best chance is obviously Gibbs because, listen, say Bijan misses a couple games and Gibbs doesn't, and Gibbs has this featured role that we're all expecting. I mean, he kind of has a really good runway besides Anthony Richardson, who doesn't have a lot of talent around him. So Campbell's the fun one because the odds were so ridiculous. Gibbs is definitely the chalky play if you're trying to go with a little bit of a safer pick.
Connor, man, I appreciate you joining us. Do you want to give out a shout out to your shows when people can find your work?
Yeah, thank you, guys. The NFL Stock Exchange on PFF. We're covering the draft year-round. Of course, Fantasy Football Happy Hour for NBC. We're on Monday to Friday, 12 to 1 on Peacock, on Sirius Radio, on podcast format every single day. It's always good catching up with you guys. You guys have great energy, a lot of fun. I appreciate you having me.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for joining us.
Keep
Thanks
killing
for steering me away from Kadarius Toney because I was really itching for that.
No, I'm here to do that anytime. Later, guys.
Thanks,
See you, brother.
man. Dude,
Connor's the man.
Connor is the man.
Dude's
Love
goated.
having him on. He's very knowledgeable, knows all the stuff. And it's football season, man. It's football season
man.
starts tomorrow. I'm so excited.
My guy Connor does football 24. All three of his jobs.
Yeah.
Football, and football.
It's his dream.
And it's like the nerdiest version of it. Connor knows his shit. I love that guy.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you guys about some meat. Because for over 60 years, a Fairway Pack Company has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, casinos, and more with the best prime beef, Wagyu beef, and dry-aged beef. Experience the Fairway difference for yourself today. Visit Steak Shop in Grosse Pointe Woods for grab-and-go steaks or order online at fairwaypacking.com.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and registered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com and register for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Okay, how would you like to win a $100K cash trip to Vegas? Take your closest friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps. It's the Syntron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter for your chance to win. Register at drinksyntron.com/Vegas and buy Syntron at your local Meijer store. It's Syntron, the healthier energy drink with great taste, and for the people that desire to look good, feel good, and be the best versions of themselves. drinksyntron.com/Vegas. Why wait?
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm Easy, Spin More Rex.
What up, though?
Young Chris, JB Smooth. We just wrapped up with Connor Rogers from both NBC and PFF. If you guys missed that, I believe it's worth the 15-minute rewind. Check that one back out. Spinny, I told you before the show started not to play Kadarius Toney.
I don't care what you say.
You should care what I say.
I don't care what you say.
Oh my
we got
God.
we got a pro in the house. I'm gonna ask him.
Hey, we're pros.
Not
Don't
fantasy
disrespect me
pros.
like- I don't know, man. I'm kind of nice. I put 2 and 2 together. I was feeling nervous about my team this year, and I was thinking I've never not finished top 4 outside of one league last year.
Okay.
And you know what it was too? You know what I hate? Don't invite me to be in a league with people I don't know. Don't invite me in a league that doesn't have a group chat. Because
you have to have a group chat.
Yeah,
That's essential.
Need a line of communication.
Thank you. I want to talk my shit. I want to facilitate trades. I want to call other trades out for being shit.
Block other trades, yeah.
Block other trades.
Yeah, for sure.
Feel I'm coming for your ass and shit.
Hey, yo.
Kirk Cousins, man, on the block, easy. We can make a call.
But you
keep
said
saying
it.
that like
You
people
said
care.
it while we were talking to Connor Rogers. Jahmyr Gibbs has some lofty expectations for himself in year 1.
He does.
He says he think he can get 1,000 rushing yards.
He did.
And 500 receiving yards. Is that something that you are down for? Do you expect it? Connor said that he sees it a little bit the other way with more receiving yards than rushing yards. I'm going to tend to agree with him on that. But is this a reasonable goal to shoot for Jahmyr Gibbs?
And a rookie. Listen, it's rare that happens. I think the last person in the article that I read that JB sent, shout out to JB for that topic, by the way. But I think Christian McCaffrey was the last one to do it in the last couple years. I know Kamara did it recently too. It's also Jahmyr Gibbs' rookie year. I mean, you asked me if I'm down with it. Obviously, I'm down with it. But
Christian McCaffrey
I think it may even be. What'd you say?
I don't think Christian McCaffrey's ever done.
You know, Christian McCaffrey did last year, 600 yards receiving and just over 1,000 rushing. You're probably looking at the splits because he was traded.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at total touches. No.
Yeah. But nonetheless, though, it's lofty. It is. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I don't think it's out of the question. The part I think we may not see is just as Connor alluded to, is the 1,000 yards rushing, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. We talk about Jahmyr Gibbs. People yelled at us in chat for calling him a running back. They want us to call him a weapon.
A weapon.
He has a new position on the field, just straight W, a weapon. But I think you'll see more. I think it's more likely he hits that 1,000 yards. It may sound crazy, but I think it's more likely he hits that 1,000 yards receiving than he is rushing. Because on top of that, too, I was listening to Amon-Ra St. Brown talk about it. And that's what kind of got me hyped on trying to make that trade for him this morning too. Is the way they talk about him. These are guys that are in practice. These are guys that are part of the offensive install versus the Super Bowl champions this week. And for Amon-Ra to specifically bring up Jahmyr Gibbs, it makes me think that he's definitely evolved in a lot of freaky ways. Just as Ben Johnson alluded to just this past weekend too.
Yeah, Ben Johnson doing what he can do, getting him out there in space, making versatile guys look even better. And when you look at what the guys that he's compared to or the play style you expect him to bring to the Lions team, you hear a lot of Christian McCaffrey and you hear a lot of Alvin Kamara. Christian McCaffrey's rookie year, he had 435 yards rushing and 651 receiving. Alvin Kamara's rookie year, he had 728 yards rushing and 826 yards receiving.
Yeah.
So 1,000 yards rushing is going to be a lot to ask out of a rookie, especially when you have a guy like David Montgomery in the backfield who is more than likely going to be getting a lot of the bulkhead of the carries. A lot of the run game attempts are going to be looked through David Montgomery. But I don't think a 1,200, 1,300 yard total is crazy to expect out of Jahmyr Gibbs.
Not at all.
And I expect a majority of that to come with receiving.
Yes.
Like what Connor was saying, I could see 600 to 750 plus receiving yards for Jahmyr Gibbs, while the rushing yards you have to make up that 400, 500 yards rushing. But 1,000 yards rushing is going to be a lot to ask out of a guy, especially in the offense we run, where I expect David Montgomery to get a lot of the first down carries, a lot of the goal line work, obviously.
Second down carry, everything.
Yeah.
I mean, call me a sicko if you want, brother. I fantasize about this team doing things on the field that you only see the best teams do, and I'll be straightforward with you guys. What I pictured, and this is gonna sound crazy, I don't care, but picture Jared Goff, regular under center, calling whatever audible where he trots down at the receiver, and it's a shotgun snap where both Montgomery's your fullback and Gibbs is your wildcat at that point. And you have the option at that point. That's the type of shit I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because Ben Johnson said we may use them in ways you can't think of. Well, what other ways you thinking of outside of running them out to the slot to run a couple routes? It's got to be something freaky like that. And I'm down for it. I think when you think of running the ball of this team, it's going to be Dave Montgomery. He is the muscle hamster of the bulk of the carry. I think Jared Goff even said it himself last week. Thick was the word he used to describe it. And they complement each other in vice versa ways. So I think he hit that 1,200 easily. I think the bulk of his yardage would probably be from catching the football. But how about you tell us about the
Lions Insider Show?
Yeah.
Woodward in Maine. Make sure you guys check it out. Our own Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and the legend Terry Foster are going to bring you all the most important and up-to-date facts about the Detroit Lions going into their matchups all season long. Make sure you check it out. It's going to be Tuesdays from 7 to 8 and Sundays from 8 to 9. Make sure you check out the Lions Insider Show on Woodward Sports YouTube channel. But Denver Blair said it in the Woodward Sports chat. Amon-Ra St. Brown said Gibbs might be able to beat J-Mo in the 40-yard dash, but not the 100-yard dash.
And that's actually Amon-Ra St. Brown said that.
That's what I said, right?
You said Denver Blair.
Denver Blair said in the chat that Amon-Ra St. Brown said that. Yeah, that was on his podcast with his brother that he does with, and they had Jared Goff on.
It's a great podcast.
It's a great podcast. They had Jared Goff on, and Amon-Ra said, Gibbs might be able to beat J-Mo in the 40-yard dash, which is crazy to think of because you think of the blinding speed that we've been told about Jameson Williams, and if you have another guy you add to that offense with that kind of speed, who knows, man? No Chris Jones with this Lions offensive line. If you give him a hole and pause and set it up and he takes the ball through that, he might be gone.
Yeah, I mean, the way it was broken down too is they got Gibbs in the 40, but in the 100 they take in J-Mo. J-Mo is a little bit, it takes a little bit of time to build up. Not even though, because obviously Jameis still freaky fast. But with Gibbs, it's a little more like burst. He's a little bit more out of the cannon with it, and I agree. And back to I guess the yardage situation or conversation. Do you think it's the same way too? Like more receiving?
I think it's going to be
rushing?
more receiving than less rushing, just based on what his skill set, what he's going to be asked to do. Ben Johnson said we're going to use him in ways that people haven't even thought of. So I don't even know what the hell that means. But Ben Johnson is a wizard, so I believe in him.
Wildcat.
We'll see what happens.
Check
but
the Paul Prince.
He's going to have his hands on the football a lot this year, and with that type of explosion, with the type of elusiveness that he has when he's in the open field, his ability to make guys miss, I could see that yard total being close to 1,500.
And to be honest with you, we talk about it. And we were blessed to have seen it in the New York Giants practice where you got somebody on the sideline there. But we haven't seen it as, consumers of Lions, I guess I should say. Like, we saw the one catch in the preseason game against the Giants. It wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen what he could do yet. So that's why I'm especially excited.
And the NFL hasn't seen what he can do. The Chiefs haven't seen what he can do. And there's only so much you can do to prepare for that type of speed other than have it right in your face.
Was even beyond the speed too. It was just the genius of Ben Johnson on top of it. And I don't know. I forget who I was listening to when they were talking about it. But Ben Johnson isn't a Kyle Shanahan guy. He isn't whoever else you could think of. He doesn't come from a Sean McVay tree. He doesn't come from anything like that. He is his own guy. So it's not like these schemes, these situations. We heard it last year with the defensive coordinators didn't know how to stop the run game because all the crazy shit they had going on with the blocking schemes. This is all new. Yeah. This is drawn up from him. This is the Ben Johnson tree, the very base of it, you should say. But that's the roots of it. And obviously some of it's been infiltrated. Like you heard about Andy Reid still in that one play for the Super Bowl. Maybe that's a little bit scary because Andy Reid's an offensive genius himself. Maybe he's broken the code down a little bit, but still got to stop it.
Ben Johnson's going to show him something he ain't never seen before. Get ready, Andy. I want to see your old face.
You hear him call the offensive Lions Blinky over the weekend?
What?
Ben Johnson called the offensive Lions Blinky.
Who's Blanky?
Yeah.
They make him feel all warm and cozy. Yeah. I believe it. But, if the Lions do end up losing, I might need somebody to talk to. And we have that. That is SMA, or the Sports Marketing Agency. The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. So if you or someone you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com and get the help you deserve.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Come hang with the Woodward Sports crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays to join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line, featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Wondering where the best Lions tailgate is? That's easy. It's Eastern Market, the official Detroit Lions tailgate party at Shed 5. Woodward Sports will be broadcasting live for every home game. There's a 3-star Mission buffet featuring Chef Ermanni, VIP parking, and even tickets if you need them. How do you sign up? It's bullseyeeventgroup.com. Again, that's bullseyeeventgroup.com. Tailgate like a VIP. VIP. Don't need a CID.
What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on woodwardsports.com. Make sure you like and share the stream. If you're listening on audio platform, leave a 5-star review. We just got done talking to
Connor Rogers
of PFF of NBC Sports. He does a lot of different things. And
great guest.
Broke down some different things about the Lions. We got done talking about Jahmyr Gibbs and his lofty expectations for the numbers he's going to put up this season. So that should bring us to
by the numbers.
One of our favorite segments of football season is back because It's football season, baby. JB, drop that beat. Let me give you guys the first number that it's going to bring all the hype. It's going to bring all the expectations, and it's something that I was surprised to see. So my number is 100%.
100.
Because Chauncey Gardner-Johnson,
because I hear a thing you said,
has had an interception in 100% of Thursday night football games that he's played in the NFL.
Sheesh.
Every single time Chauncey Gardner-Johnson has suited up for a Thursday night game in the NFL, he's gotten an interception. So I'm just saying, maybe put the prop on Chauncey to take one from Patty. I'm just saying.
I mean, Patty Mahomes, if you want to throw a number out, the 0 interceptions in his home openers. But I got a number for you guys. It's not 0. It's 24. Not just for the great Kobe Bryant, but also 24.8% is the target share that Travis Kelce had for the Kansas City Chiefs last year. If he's if he's out tomorrow, that's a quarter of Patrick Mahomes' targets gone, missing. And I think it goes beyond that too. Not just as he just used to throwing them to him, but the chemistry they had. You think about the style of football they play. It's the backyard ball. Patrick Mahomes doing, I don't even know a ballet reference, a twirl, I guess I'll throw out there. And then just finding Travis Kelce for a 50-yard dot or 50-yard touchdown, 16, 17-yard in games, and 7 consecutive times Detroit Lions have lost to his defending Super Bowl champions. JB, by the numbers.
By the numbers.
What do you got for us?
Sit here and write this CJ interception. I'm gonna look at that bet later, but I got a 7 as well too. Crazy enough, it's +7 because last season the Lions were +7 in takeaway differential. A big part in their success last season as well. They'll have to start off hot this game to replicate that and mentally put the ball back into Jared Goff's hands. So we need takeaways here. You got to generate takeaways.
By the numbers.
By
7.
the numbers.
Detroit Lions play on September 7th. Chris, you got anything?
7 is also my number because it's no more 7-on-7, guys. It's football time. I didn't have any numbers. So.
Kung Fu Spinny. By the numbers.
By the numbers. 0-2. This isn't a good one. This isn't one that's going to make you guys happy. Because in Jared Goff's career with the Lions, he's 0-2 in opening games, and he's 0-2 on Thursday Night Football. By the numbers.
By the numbers. By the numbers. 4.4 is the amount of yards per carry running backs averaged against the Kansas City Chiefs all of last season. The Kansas City Chiefs that included a $30 million roughly average annual salary deserving Chris Jones, who's out of this game. 4.4 yards. Did we not just get done telling you about Dave Montgomery, how he's going to rush up that middle? Number should be 3 too. Detroit Lions top 3 offensive line. This Chiefs letting up 4.4 yards a carry. Dave Montgomery keeping Patrick Mahomes off the field. I like what this matchup's telling us. By the numbers, JB, what do you got?
I got 2, as in Aaron Glenn is only in year 2 of calling plays on his own. And let's be honest, no disrespect to AG, but once he finds a game plan that he likes, he kind of sticks with it and does not make adjustments. That needs to change this season, especially because he has the bodies and the weapons to sit here and rotate players in and out to keep that defensive line fresh. So, 2.
By the numbers.
By the numbers.
5. In their last 5 games played in the NFL, Jared Goff and Patrick Mahomes. Jared Goff has more passing yards and less interceptions than Patrick Mahomes in their last 5 games played. By the numbers.
By the numbers.
And Patrick Mahomes only has 1 more touchdown.
It's actually kind of crazy. In the last 5 games.
Last 5 games played, Jared Goff has 1,416 yards, 10 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Patrick Mahomes has 1,233 yards, 11 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Postseason or regular season? Regular season games? I like that. By the numbers.
By the numbers.
Isaiah Pacheco. This is a negative one. I apologize, guys. But Isaiah Pacheco last year for the Kansas City Chiefs, his rookie year for the Kansas City Chiefs, averaged 4.9 yards per carry. That's nearly 5 yards per carry. That is elite level. So anybody in my fantasy league looking to make trades for running backs, just know I got an up-and-coming star. By the numbers. I had a hiccup there. I apologize. You got to tell us about something before you get too excited over there.
Yeah, I got to tell you guys about the college football pregame. For the love of college football. Do you love college football? Well, Woodward Sports does. That's why we're bringing you For the Love of College Football. Every Saturday, myself, Flannel Sam, Easy, and many more will be hosting college football pregame show from 8:30 to 10 a.m. on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. So make sure you come check it out before college football gets started on Saturday. By the numbers, we are back. And I got something to tell you guys about Travis Kelce. Because in his last 5 games, I told you the Mahomes stats already, Travis Kelce accounted for 40 catches, 338 yards, and 4 touchdowns. So that is a pretty big hole to be missing when he doesn't play, and he's not going to play. By the numbers.
Bro, it's a quarter of the targets that Patrick Mahomes throws. Not receptions. Receptions probably be even more. It's a quarter of who he throws the ball to is Travis Kelce. That's all I got for by the numbers. JB, what do you got?
I got one more for you, and it is 30. Look, given Patrick Mahomes will be without a couple weapons this game, it does not mean that he is helpless. He can sit here and make average wide receivers look like damn near superstars, because in his opener, as Spencer has said before, he's had nothing less than 3 touchdowns and over 250 passing yards. So 30 points is the minimum the Lions need to put up on the scoreboard to get a victory. And Spencer, I believe the great poet Tupac said, all eyes on me.
He did.
It's going to be all eyes on Goff this game. So
it is going to be all eyes on Goff this game. And by the numbers, week 1 in 2022, Amon-Ra St. Brown only had 5 catches for 63 yards and no touchdowns.
Say overtime?
Amon-Ra St. Brown only had 5 catches for 63 yards and no touchdowns in week 1 in 2022. I expect those numbers to go a lot up in this game against the Chiefs. By the numbers.
By the numbers. And Chris, with the final play of the day, you always bring us the most.
You know, I get into my bag. I do this.
What you got doing in there?
This is a simple one for you, and it's one. Only one of these teams is going to win this game, unless there's a tie.
By the numbers.
By the numbers. If they tie, I'd be so pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want to tie.
Yeah, I don't want to tie.
Ties are so stupid. There shouldn't be ties in football.
How does honestly the most gladiator sport have besides MMA obviously, how does the most gladiator sport have a tie? Like I've always hated that.
It's a violent sport, man. You got to live to fight another day. Sometimes you got caught.
I predicted
if it's a playoffs, the playoffs is no ties. Like when the game matters, no tie.
I predicted the Lions were going to have a tie 2 years ago.
You did. I predicted the record last year.
Yeah. 2 years ago, I said 2-13-1.
This year, I'm
2-14-1.
11-6, but that's not considering the fact they're going to win tomorrow night. Do you think it's going to happen for real?
I think it's going to happen for real. I really do. Every passing minute, I think the Lions are just going to.
Is it because you already know how we get, like, when the season gets closer?
Yeah.
Like, the Kool-Aid it tastes a little bit stronger.
It does.
A little bit more.
Feel it surging through my veins.
Right? No, that's just the gin, you dirtball.
That's the what?
That's the gin, you dirtball.
Gross. I really do think the Lions they're gonna improve. I think the Lions are gonna be better. I think their defense is gonna come out. And like I said, with my by the numbers stat of Chauncey Gardner-Johnson having 2 interceptions, and I said this every day since we've talked about it. Nobody in this game is going to be more ready to go and more pumped up than Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. This is the team that beat him in the Super Bowl last year. A new team, a new defense. He's trying to make a name for them, put them on the map. He's going to get his hands on a ball. Chauncey's going to get one. Take it to the bank. Find the prop. Booner said he couldn't find the prop, but Kirby Joseph is plus 800 to get an interception.
There's not a prop for C.J. Gardner-Johnson who led the league last year?
Nope.
That's disgusting.
He couldn't find it. Cam Sutton is plus 600, and Kirby Joseph is plus 800.
Oh, actually, I do have one more by the numbers. 6 interceptions in 12 games. CJGJ.
I'm excited to see what he do. I'm excited to see him lay the boot. I'm excited to see the fear of God in Isaiah Pacheco's eyes when he tries to run over the middle of the field and gets popped by Chauncey again and put on the ground. Remember who put you on the turf? That was Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
Yeah, he's been in non-contact drills all offseason.
He's scared.
Yeah. He finished that game, though.
He's scared.
I ain't disrespecting Pacheco. I ain't saying no fear in
I'm
his
not
eyes.
disrespecting
That kid's
Pacheco
a
either,
dog.
but he knows who his daddy is, and that's Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
And where did Chauncey Gardner-Johnson get in shape, Spencer?
What? He got in shape with Planet Fitness. Because Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. The gym that has always been known for being clean is now cleaner than ever. You can get a full body workout in just 30 minutes, a 30-minute circuit. And all memberships include fitness training. You get all this for just $10 a month. Or you can upgrade the Black Card for $24.99 and get use of all the amenities. Planet Fitness. Sign up in-club or online. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer, Academy of Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, learning street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Holton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
Have you ever argued with your little brother? How about some random guy you're stuck in a room with for an hour? Flannel Sam and Spencer Raxter are at each other's throats. One Spartan alumni and one Walmart Wolverine are locked in a room with nowhere to hide. You're welcome. Whether it's go blue or go green, you can go to woodwardsports.com for all the action. Coming soon to a device near you.
Big Boy Strawberry Fest has officially arrived, and we're here to show you the very best flavors of the season. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our deep-fried vanilla Oreos, strawberry hot fudge cake, and a slice of our classic strawberry pie. But that's not all. Cool off on a refreshing summer splash salad, or savor the flavors of our chicken Caesar wrap and strawberry bacon chicken wrap. And for breakfast lovers, don't miss out on our strawberry hotcakes or our mouth-watering red velvet waffle. Strawberry Fest is something for everyone. Celebrate the sweet season with us at Big Boy.
What could be better than watching celebrities like Tim, Brandon Edwards, and Darren McCarty playing golf yourself and be treated like a celebrity? That's what. Stop at any Rain Wise dealership for your chance to play golf like a celebrity. VIP transportation, free golf to one of Michigan's best tracks, tasty steak dinner, and compliments of Fairway Pack Company. Make the wise decision and get Rainy Wise today for your chance to win. Buongiorno.
Or even there.
What up, though? And welcome back to Woodward. It's live on woodwardsports.com. I'm boys joined my guy Spin More Rax.
What up, though?
Young Chris, JB Smooth. Talking a little KC Chiefs versus Detroit Lions because it is tomorrow.
It is tomorrow.
It is tomorrow.
Oh my God, dude.
Feels unreal.
I think I'm gonna go home. And
I'm already quarter chub.
You waited so long for this.
So long. It's been so long.
I'm going
and
tonight.
I haven't seen the Lions play.
After the Booner and Broder show, of course. After I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna just eat all my edibles. By the time I wake up.
You don't gotta work tomorrow?
It's go time. No. Took football season off, baby. I did it.
Oh, hell yeah.
You did it?
Yeah. I'm gonna miss the
That's
cash.
nice.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
But, I mean, with Booner's bets here, though, who needs it?
There you go.
Right? We'll be at this for next week, though, at Whitmore Lake location. All right, Spinny. 2 places we can take this thing. I asked you during the break. Actually, I'll let you pick, Chris. Do you want to play Is It Crazy to Say?
That's this week.
Or you still want to keep gushing over the 15th? It's next week.
I thought it was the
They switched it.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to play Is It Crazy to Say? Actually, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Bump that. All right. Drop some tunes, JB. This is for the chat. You guys can play too. Chris, if you're quick enough, make a poll if you like.
All right.
Is it crazy to say? This is a game where we make a strong opinionated statement about whether, not the Tigers, we don't care about them, but the Pistons, Detroit Lions, and or Red Wings, or the players. And you tell me, is that crazy?
All right.
Or is it fair?
I got one for you.
All right. Spinny. Is it crazy to say the Detroit Lions will lead the NFL in takeaways this season?
I don't think it's crazy to say. Obviously, it's hard to just grab that out of midair, but you look at what Kirby Joseph did last year. You bring in a guy who was tied for the lead in interceptions last year. We know Aiden Hutchinson was a takeaway machine. We have James Houston who can get after the passer. You've got Cam Sutton on one side who can lock down Jerry on the other, Emmanuel Mosley coming back. I don't think it's crazy to say. I don't expect it to happen, but I don't think it's crazy to say.
JB? Is it crazy to say Detroit Lions lead the NFL in takeaways in 2023 season?
I don't think it's crazy to say, but will it happen? No, I don't think so.
Chris?
Well, that was anticlimactic.
Yeah, thanks, JB.
At the end of the day, I believe this is very possible. It is not crazy at all because I just look at this team and I think it was built with the intention of relying on these playmakers. Like this, you look at the secondary, you look at the pass rush. Every single level of this defense has playmakers on it, and so I think that is kind of their game plan, and that will come to burn them sometimes for sure. But at the end of the day, I think this defense is not relying on necessarily pure talent, but the ability and the potential to make takeaways. So I think it's not crazy at all.
I think it's not crazy. That's why I made it my statement, because if you believe this is a top 5 offense, if you believe Jared Goff is him, the people in the chat think he's top 5, then you have to deal with the fact that Brian Branch is all over that offense this offseason in training camp. Almost every single day had a takeaway on that first team offense. A rookie. And he's added to the collection of CJ GJ, who led the league in 6 interceptions last year, in only 12 games, by the way. Kirby Joseph, who led the entire rookie class in takeaways.
Yeah.
And then Cam Sutton, who led the league in pass breakups and interceptions. The combination of, and by the way, did Aiden Hutchinson have, what, three of them things last year?
He did.
That wasn't even supposed to happen.
On every level, there is playmaking on this defense.
Right? And then I'll continue this conversation, too. Jack Campbell, 6'5" linebacker right in the middle. We talked about it. Everyone's talked about it. The coach talked about it. One of the reasons they drafted him is you put your hands up at 6'5". You're covering a lot more distance in zone coverage than anybody else in the field. 6'5". I'm sorry for dropping the F-bomb there, but he's huge.
He's a big dude.
And remember, Malcolm, what was his goal when we had him on here? You guys asked him.
Yeah, he wants an interception.
What do you want? He wanted an interception. This team lives and dies by the playmaking.
All right, Spin. I got 3 of them. 2 of them just popped in my head. One that I actually prepared.
Is it crazy to say?
Is it crazy to say that Aiden Hutchinson will be top 3 in sacks in the NFC this year?
Ooh, you got Nick Bosa, who just signed his deal.
Micah Parsons.
After that, my mind.
You look at the Eagles, they kind of spread the wealth.
Reddick, yeah. That's a. I wanted to say it was crazy to say, but when I break it down like that, Brian Burns, but he's in a contract dispute. I don't think it's crazy. I feel crazy. Actually, no, I'm gonna say it's crazy to say because I feel crazy saying it, but I have a hard time thinking of third name. JB, is that crazy to say?
No, that's definitely not crazy to say. Just because I can't think of anyone else besides those 2 that Aiden could possibly be behind. So
what about James Houston?
My guy, James Houston, man. Is it fair to say that both of them could be top 5?
Nah, that's crazy.
That's
to
a
say.
little much.
Now that's crazy.
That's
to say.
a little crazy.
That's crazy.
Actually, no. I you know what? It's not
Reddick,
crazy.
Brian Burns,
I'm looking at the sack leaders of last year.
Yeah.
Outside of Nick Bosa and Hassan Reddick, everybody else is in the AFC. Obviously, Micah Parsons too at 7. J.J. Watt for the Cardinals, but he's retired. I don't think it's crazy to say, Smitty. Holy cow! Holy cow! Is it crazy to say? What's your second one?
All right. Is it crazy to say the Lions will be the number 2 seed in the NFC?
Got the Niners and the Eagles. I think the Niners can take a step back. I don't think that's crazy.
Woo!
I don't think that's crazy. I feel filthy saying that, but we did the top 10 rankings just the other day. I was hard pressed to find many other NFC teams to put in. I think Seattle Seahawks are gonna be sleepers. I don't think that's crazy to say, JB.
I still think that's crazy to say. I still think that I got the Niners and the Eagles still 1 and 2, but I do believe that the Seattle Seahawks are a very sleeper team, easy. So you guys have put me on him as well too. So still, they'll end up 3rd.
Chris?
Yeah, it's a little too crazy. It's a little too crazy for me. I think the Eagles and the Niners are just there, and I think the Lions' schedule. I will say the Lions' schedule. It seems, I think it is a little tougher than we would tend to think. So I'm gonna say I'm going to say it's a little crazy, but not impossible.
You're so crazy.
Yeah, I'm with you, Chris. I think it's a little crazy. It's just Niners and Eagles are so good, although I could see the Eagles and the Cowboys kind of sabotaging each other's seasons a little bit, costing each other a win or a loss there like that. The NFC East is good. It's going to be tough to get through that NFC East, a lot tougher than it will be to get through the NFC North. So I could see some things. Maybe the Eagles finish with 12 wins and the Lions finish. I haven't met 12, so we could see what's going on, but I think it's a little bit crazy.
Spinning. Is it crazy to say Jahmyr Gibbs would be the second leading receiver for the Detroit Lions in 2023 season?
No, I don't think that's crazy at all. I think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think it is a very good possibility of happening. Obviously, with Jameson Williams gone for 6 weeks, somebody's going to fill that role. We've heard how much he likes Sam Laporta, but the ability of Jahmyr Gibbs to catch and run the ball, man. If he gets above 800 yards receiving, he's probably going to be the number 2 receiver on the Lions.
And it's not like Jared Goff's a good quarterback. He's not making those explosive throws. Let's be real about it. Like the Detroit Lions offense, the explosive plays, there was a few of them last year, yeah. I mean, you have a 17-game season, it's going to happen, but a lot of it came from, like, yak situations. The Amon-Ra in the round, the freaking DeAndre Swift hopping back up against the Commanders and taking it in for 6. I think it happened. I think it would be a lot of the deke and dunk and, underthrows, a lot of the freaky stuff.
Well, let me tell you guys about what you can do after the game. You can go check out the Lions post-game show on Woodward Sports because our guys, Maz and Stick, are going to be hosting it all season long. Get the best takes, the hottest takes right after it happens with the Lions post-game show live on Woodward Sports directly after all Lions games. So make sure you guys go check it out. Maz and Stick going to be holding it down with weekly special guests. All right. Is it crazy to say? What? The throw goat? Throw goat? Is that what has you laughing? Yeah. What did I call the throw goat on here?
That's China Trump for sure. Throw goat.
All right, is it crazy to say Amon-Ra St. Brown will lead the NFL in receptions?
Ooh.
Number 1.
I don't think it's crazy, but I don't think it's going to happen. He's officially on teams like targets. Like the teams know to look out for Amon-Ra St. Brown this year. So I think there's going to be a little extra special attention on Amon-Ra St. Brown in terms of defenses. So I don't know if it's going to happen. JB, is that crazy to say?
Yes, it is crazy to say because you still got Justin Jefferson.
Fuck you, JB.
No. You still got Justin Jefferson out here. So that's the main one to be worried about. But as Easy said, Amon-Ra is now on everyone's list of receivers that, you have to watch out for. So he's not a slept-on secret anymore.
All right, man.
I got one more.
You got one more? We got to go break.
We got a minute.
All right.
Is it crazy to say the Lions will have 4 first-team all-rookie players this season?
Wow. Branch, I'm taking for sure.
MVP.
Gibbs, I'm taking for sure.
Meat Missile.
You got who's my man over there? And I'm gonna say no.
Laporta and Meat Missile don't make
Campbell is he's gonna end up starting throughout the season. I'll go Campbell. Laporta's the one I'm really concerned about. That's all.
Jared Goff's second favorite target.
His second favorite target, but you got Josh Allen over there too. Did they just drafted freaking
Dalton Kincaid?
But
Josh Allen's boys with Dawson Knox.
Yeah, that was a weird draft pick. Did not understand
they
that
paid
at all.
Dawson Knox too.
Yeah. You're gonna run a bunch of 12 personnel, 2 tight end sets with no power back.
Damian Harris is gonna eat.
No. They're
so,
GM disappoints.
Is it crazy to say?
No. Yes. I got 3 of them, all rookie for sure. JB?
One more time. What was the question?
4 first-team all-rookies for the Lions.
4 first-team all-rookies? You know what? That's not crazy to say.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. I like the rookie squad that we have coming in this year, so solid team.
I like it too. And the reason I like it is 3 of them are in positions where there's not a lot of like eye-popping rookie depth on this, in the NFL. You're not talking about a wide receiver. You're not talking about a defensive lineman or defensive end. You're talking about a tight end, a middle linebacker, and a nickel. Like,
yeah. Tight end gets his only competitive one.
Yeah, it's Dalton Kincaid and what's his name? And
maybe running back for Bijan.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Bijan ended up taking first team all rookie from him, Jameer. But I mean,
it's not crazy.
Is Jameer considered running back in the eyes of the NFL?
You know what else isn't crazy is getting Guardian Alarm to make sure you're protected. Because Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology. It's been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay hot.
That's 1-800.
Stay hot.
And let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
Come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour.
You're a good coach, Tim. Oh, great shot.
Some of the biggest names in Michigan sports, and some, well, not so much.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, shit. Go in.
Watch episodes at woodwardsports.com.
Dude, oh my God.
Experience the true meaning of exceptional cannabis products with Dispo Dispensary. With over 12 locations, including their new location that's just now open, and will be at next Friday, Whitmore Lake. Join Ermanni and Edwards and the Heavyweights. We'll be there all day, September 15th at 50 North Territory Road in Whitmore Lake, Michigan. Shout out to Dispo, the real ones. 40% off your first time visit. Dispo Dispensary, disposhops.com, your local cannabis plug.
Shout out.
Shout out. What were you freaking out about?
Cohen Carr, dude. I just saw a highlight of a Cohen Carr dog, dude.
Cohen Carr?
Yeah. Who plays for Michigan State. Freshman. Michigan State's going to be so good this year.
I was going to ask you
They're
something.
going to be so
dog,
good
man.
this year. Cohen Carr is a freakier athlete than Miles Bridges.
Was he power forward?
Small forward.
Small forward?
Yeah.
I just feel like when Izzo gets those guys, man.
But it's not just those guys. He's also got so many returning players. His entire backcourt from last year, A.J. Hogard, Jaden Akins, they're all like, oh my God, they're all coming back. They're going to be so fucking good.
Dog.
Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights, live on woodwardsports.com. Hit the like button if you haven't already. 5-star review on all podcast platforms. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. We want to have a little bit of intervention with some Pistons fans, Smitty. And more specifically, I'll say who it is.
Tyson Walker, Malik Hall.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Campaign for the Spartans real quick.
I'm sorry. It's just...
Go off.
What?
Campaign for the Spartans.
Oh, well, you have
15
returning 3 of the best guards in the country coming back. Next year, you got 3 of the best guards in the country in that backcourt. In Tyson Walker, in A.J. Hogard, in Jaden Akins. You got Malik Hall coming back. You have Carson Cooper coming off of what he might be able to do, a couple of other bigs, and then you bring in 3 5-star freshmen. It's just, dude, they're going to be so insane. They're going to be so sensational. They're going to be so much fun to watch.
Have you guys feel like I've been lighter on Jared Goff today? Like a little less harsh?
Yeah.
Do you know why? You know who his favorite artist is? Take a guess.
Eminem?
Yeah. Jared Goff, big Eminem guy.
Yeah.
So he
wow, that tracks.
Mid-recognized
That
mid.
was a surprise.
Mid-recognized mid.
Hey, bro. Relax. Relax.
I mean, if you want to make it accurate, it's wash, recognize, wash. I mean, you know.
Come on.
No, Jared Goff's not washed.
Yeah. He's in his prime, right, Easy?
He is.
Yeah.
You can't say
Eminem's
not
washed. Eminem is washed, but he's still the GOAT. He still did what he did.
He's not the GOAT.
Yeah, no.
That's like, it's like, okay, Randy
a-goat.
Moss is
He's
washed right
a-goat.
now. He's definitely one of the best wide receivers ever do it. Same
Yeah.
applies to Eminem.
Eminem's not the GOAT, though.
He's a
Eminem's
goat,
like
not the goat.
Chris Carter.
Come on.
Nah,
that's
that's a little too
disrespectful.
low.
How is
That's
that disrespectful?
way too low.
Look up Chris Carter's
That's
stats.
way too low. No, he's Randy Moss.
No, he's not.
Randy Moss, and actually, he's honestly, you know what he is? He's Jerry Rice.
No, he's not.
He's got all the numbers.
Jay-Z's Jerry Rice.
He's got no, he's not. Eminem shits on Jay-Z. Diamond Records. Jay-Z has more out, and Jay-Z, by the way, too. Don't. Okay, you want to talk numbers?
Jay-Z's way better, but yeah, Eminem has.
Eminem's better than
number-
Jay-Z. Eminem
number-wise.
washed Jay-Z on his own track, and Jay-Z admitted
No, we're not doing that. First of all, it didn't
It's
get
true.
washed. Didn't get washed. Washed would imply that Jay-Z's verse wasn't amazing as well, especially that second verse. I'll personally take that second verse over M's verse that everybody loves. But at the end of the day, Eminem's on my list. I did my list last year, 6. So where does that put him?
I would agree with
So
that.
where does that put him? That's
not-
not Chris
he's
Carter.
Chris Carter.
That
He's
feels
not
like
Chris
above
Carter.
Chris Carter.
Stop.
He's right outside of my top 5.
He is top 3.
He's right outside of my top 5.
He's not better than Jay. Like he's just
better than Jay.
He's just not.
He's not.
We
In his
can't
prime,
do this.
better than Jay, without a doubt. Jay's nice. Mine's as big as what I'm saying.
At the end of the day, though, I mean, we're talking a prime of 3 years versus for Eminem it was 3 to 4 years. Versus literally Jay-Z's 20 years.
Yeah,
Well, I was gonna get to that too.
And Jay-Z's prime wasn't that much worse than Eminem's. Eminem did have a better prime.
Okay, there you go. And then with Jay-Z, okay, I get this the longevity with Jay-Z, but Jay-Z also like really hasn't been like fire until like he's back again. Like Jay-Z's been like kind of hot again.
He gave one.
But
of
there
the
was like a
best
stretch of
verses
like,
last year.
440. What?
444 is a classic.
444 is a fantastic album.
Fantastic?
Yes, fantastic.
I don't know about that.
Magna Carta, Holy Grail, fantastic
also,
album.
Also, you want to talk numbers too. He did the joint deal with I think it was
Tidal.
Sprint.
Yeah.
You know, where you automatically every phone sold
Yeah,
was part
it went
of a record sale.
His album went platinum before it came out.
No. That's part of the reason why. Every phone he sold counted as a record sale.
Yeah,
for him.
I know.
The same way
You're holding that
Nicki
against him. That's one of the best business moves of all time in rap.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying the numbers are a little.
But let's
there's
act
asterisks
like,
on the numbers.
let's act like he wouldn't have gone platinum.
He did the same with Magna Carta too.
Yeah, let's act like he wouldn't have gone platinum though. He always goes platinum. He's Jay, and at the end of the day, man, he's just. I'm sorry, bro. He's just better than Eminem. Like in literally every facet, you can point to a 3 to 4 year window where Eminem was better, but outside of that, Jay-Z has the longevity. He has more classic albums than Eminem.
Yes,
and he's just a better artist. He's the better representation of what hip hop is, in every way, shape, and form. And Eminem's a great artist. I'm not trying to hate on him, but like let's just put him as a GOAT, not the GOAT.
You take out songs where Eminem talks about killing his mom, and he's got like 3 good ones.
Stop. All right.
It's true.
It's not true. Far beyond true. We're jumping to this though. So we got an intervention. One for you guys, Eminem. We'll get to that one day. But also, this is for my guy actually. Cool. This topic was inspired by you. You're my dog. I rock with you. I am a fan of Cool Kill. He does the Lockdown Pistons podcast daily. Grinded Detroit Pistons content just as hard as anybody else in the game. He's great. He's got a great basketball mind, but for some reason, when it comes to this one specific player, he just won't let go.
He won't. Look
And
at
it's
that.
killing me. And I don't bet there's a lot of people saying the same problem. But why? Guys, you see this. You've been saying this. It doesn't change anything. Does this change anything for you, Chris?
Okay, look, it doesn't change anything for me. Killian Hayes can do whatever he wants in the gym. It's not going to impress me. Just like Cade with the Rico Hines runs and all that. At this point, like we've seen enough open gym material to know that that's not always a sign of a great player. Like I look at Koo tweeted, you know, his jump shot looks better. This is good for him. Sure. Does it look better? Sure. But at the end of the day, is it gonna stop him from shooting fucking 6%? I don't know. I don't know. Like you know what I mean? Like it's too much for me. It's too much of a reach, and I want to believe in Killian as much as anybody else. That type of player. Me and my boys are talking about builds for our 2K that's dropping this weekend. And one of my boys is going to be like, he kind of is in some sense a Killian Hayes build, but except able to shoot and score. But it's that great playmaking, great defense. That's a great guard to have on a championship team. But the problem is that the Pistons aren't a championship team, and Killian Hayes can't do anything but pass and defend. And that's just, in today's NBA, it has to be extreme circumstances for that to be really, really valuable. For you to be worth playing, you'd have to have elite players around him. You'd have to have the NBA All-Stars plus Killian Hayes. Then Killian Hayes can start on a championship team. If he has Jokic, Tatum, Durant, and give me a guard. Give me a great guard.
I don't know.
Not
Jamal
Kyle
Murray.
And Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
Then that team is a contender. But if he's around an average NBA talent or even above average NBA talent, he's not a starting point guard. He's not even a rotation player. Cool, man. I know you know hoops, but you just gotta let it go. It's all good.
Yeah, and I'll reach out
him with superstars and make himself look and feel better.
But that's
what you have to do. That's what you have to do. That's what you have to do with Killian Hayes, because like you guys said, that's the type of player he is. I love Koo. I love what he does, but he pulls for Killian really hard, and I always see the thing of he shows flashes. Every player in the NBA shows flashes. Literally every single player to ever touch an NBA court shows flashes. That's why they got to the NBA. He needs to do it consistently. He needs to show he can knock down a jump shot if he wants to be a realistic player on this Pistons roster, and he hasn't showed that. When we were down drinking at the bar against the Mavericks and he's going bar for bar and he hit a couple threes to win them the game, yeah, that was amazing. But can you do that more than once in your entire career? Like, he gets off the dribble.
It ain't me.
He can create space. It's nasty. I've seen him create space with the best of them. But can you finish? Can you hit open shots? Yeah, you could send me a highlight package of him hitting 6-7 shots off the dribble. But those are like 6 of the 20 shots he hit off the dribble that year. Like, he needs to do more. He is a great defender. He has great court vision. But you need to be more than that if you want to be a realistic position player or even an important role player in today's NBA, other than being on a solidified championship roster. The Pistons don't have the talent. They don't have the surrounding pieces to allow Killian to get major minutes. They need players out there who are going to be a factor. They don't have the shooting to allow Killian to get major minutes. And unfortunately so. I liked Killian. I was on the Killian train for a while because I saw the potential. But potential will only take you so far. You need to put it together, and you need to be a guy, or you're going to be in China.
And I think the hip injury may have played a piece in it too. Like him being hampered by that at a certain point. Like, I think he does look different post hip injury than he is now too. But it's like it comes down to that when we got the huge heated debate in the back in Studio B. I have a 5-year rule when it comes to NBA players. 5 years. If you ain't, the only thing that changes if you ain't showed nothing. It's either been your surroundings, much like Chris said. That's why I tried to jump in there right away after Chris's, because like that's exactly the only way Killian's going to change if you put him around elite star level talent. Not to say Cade Cunningham's not going to be that, but Cade Cunningham's running the one. He's the guy you want the ball in his hands, and then you also have Jaden Ivey too. Like, Killian's not going to fit on the floor alongside those two guys. It is what it is at this point. If in 5 years, I mean beyond that, if I go 4 years even.
I mean, Detroit Lenny said it best. Eminem has a higher shooting percentage than Killian Hayes.
That's true.
It is true. Just like Mark White. Those are the best places when you're buying or selling real estate. His flexibility and control of the sales process is key. Sellers, how would you like the freedom of canceling your listing agreement at any time for any reason with no penalty? That's exactly what Mark White & Associates offer. It's called the minute-by-minute listing agreement by Mark White & Associates. Try Mark White's risk-free minute-to-minute listing agreement today. Looking to buy or sell? Call 248-290-8242 or visit markwhitesells.com, where flexibility meets success.
Are you a diehard college football fan? Well, it's your lucky day. Join special WSN guests like Spencer Raxter, Flannel Sam, and more every Saturday. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Saturdays and tune in live from 8:30 to 10 a.m. Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
At the Academy of Warren, they have a brand new state-of-the-art sports dome field house. It has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, and soccer field, which can also be used for 7-on-7 football. At the Academy of Warren, it features K-8 with AM and PM latchkey, smaller classroom sizes, a learning street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, and so much more. The Academy of Warren is now accepting new enrollments, so go and check them out online today at academyofwarren.net. Now, back to the heavies.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boys, joined by guys Spin Mo Rax, young Chris, JB Smooth. Hit the like button, be a friend, tell a friend. 5-star reviews. I think I forgot five-star podcasts.
Can I do another quick by the numbers that I just saw?
What's up?
Just sneak it in.
Yeah.
By the numbers. Travis Kelce
numbers.
has the most career receptions on the Chiefs roster, 814. Second place on their roster,
40.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling with 165.
Who? Yeah.
Almost 700 more.
Lucas Klotz, I love Skybri. It's a beautiful human being.
Damn!
I've stood in those teams multiple times. Nothing yet.
Skybri? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I always say Bree Sky, but I know you're talking.
Yeah. Here they go. In the Woodward Sports chat, we have Andre Brentley. Pistons was tanking.
Then he should have done something. If the Pistons was tanking, that gives the excuse of you to go out there and ball, because who else is out there to do it?
Can I be honest with you? Last year, Pistons wasn't tanking last year. The Pistons just was stinking. They had every intention of. Well, at a certain point, obviously the injuries happened.
They shut down Cade.
But beforehand,
they shut down Bogey.
They
shut
talked
down
about
Stewart.
literally wanting to go. They wanted to win that year.
Yeah.
They sought out the tank. Obviously, injuries happened.
After Cade gets hurt, you're tanking.
Yeah, and Killian had full access to display something.
Mm-hmm.
Something. And again, I'm not shitting on him like completely. It's just he's good at what he's good. He is what he is.
He's good at what he's
off
good
the
at.
bench.
He's still young. He hasn't been in the league for too long, so maybe he can. If he has a drastic turnaround in his efficiency and shooting percentage, it's not going to happen though. Like I said, man, that's always what I hear from Killian guys. Is, he's shown flashes. He's shown that he can do something. He's in the NBA. You should show flashes. If you're in the NBA, you got there for a reason. Good NBA players, real NBA players, do it consistently.
And that's my thing. Like, front office is the one that's tanking, not the players. The players go out there and play.
Yeah.
Like, especially a guy like Killian Hayes, who's looking to prove his worth in the NBA. He's not playing bad intentionally. No, he's just straight up playing bad. He has every single incentive on this Pistons roster since his entire NBA career to ball out, and he has not shown it. And that's just the matter of the fact.
So one of the World Sports chat compared Killian Hayes' numbers to Rajon Rondo's to begin his career. Could somebody pull up Rondo's numbers?
Didn't Rondo win a championship in his second season in the NBA? I'm pretty sure he was drafted in 07.
Rondo
by Phoenix
was in the
Boston.
exact situation Killian would thrive in. Was in the exact situation Killian would thrive in. 3 All-Stars surrounded around him. Just as Chris said.
3 Hall of Famers.
Ray Allen, KG, and Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
You're gonna look good because he was only asked to do what he could do.
Mm-hmm.
Facilitate, play defense. And to be honest with you, Rajon Rondo did that better than Killian Hayes too.
And listen, my advice to Killian Hayes would be is after this year, or if you get bought out or traded, whatever, waived even is a possibility, like go to Golden State or go to Denver. Go to one of those teams that has one of the best players in the NBA and tons of shooting around you where you can. I saw somebody in the chat, I wish I could remember who it was, say, study Bruce Brown. Yeah, but it's also the thing about Bruce Brown is that it takes a very specific scenario for him to thrive, and it's even more specific for Killian at the end of the day. So, yes, Killian has to adapt and evolve his game to be at the level of Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown shot 38% from 3 in the NBA Finals. Like, Killian Hayes has not shot 38% from the floor.
Yeah.
Like you're talking about guys that Killian Hayes could he go into that? It would take a lot of work, a tremendous amount of work. And historically speaking, in the NBA, in your first 3 years, littered with opportunity, you would show some type of growth towards that, and Killian Hayes hasn't. Doesn't mean it's impossible, but you're betting on the improbable.
Yeah, Killian Hayes never shot over 40% in his entire career. Rondo's only shot under 40% once. It's not a comp, man.
Yeah.
Apologize.
Yeah.
It's not.
You just had to let.
It's what I wanted Killian to be. It's exactly who I wanted Killian to be was Rondo, but he doesn't even have the finishing around the rim that Rondo has, let alone the 3-point shot.
He doesn't have a right hand.
Lucas Klotz. Killian is the Will Harris of Pistons.
He's
kind of worse, honestly.
Yeah, he is. We'll see. People say the Marcus Smart comp. Look what Marcus Smart did.
What?
His first couple years.
Stop.
Marcus Smart shot 33% his first year from 3. And, he's never been an offensively gifted guy, but that is best case scenario. Like, literally best case scenario, Killian is Marcus Smart. But,
yeah. It's just,
I just don't see it.
It's not there. It's not there. And I don't understand the rationale at this point. And you're talking to one of the last people that was hanging on. Like
me too.
Yeah.
Like it was the Titanic last year, and I was still hanging on.
I still like him before
Rose
what he is.
Got the boat without
an off
me.
the bench guy. Like I don't see a 3-point practice video and think that he's
him.
Yeah. I don't see Andre
He's never
Drummond
gonna
shooting
be him.
threes. I'm like, that's it. Andre Drummond stretch 5 now. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't do that.
He's never going to be him. Could he be a good role player in this league eventually?
No. Don't even give him that no more. Come on, like we're past that point of like saying can he be a role player? Can he be this that? Like no, man. Like at this point, he is fighting to hang on to the NBA in general.
Yeah.
Like he's not fighting to be a great role player. He's fighting to be on an NBA roster. That is the realistic scenario that Killian Hayes is faced with. If he does not make significant progress this season, he is out of the league. He is overseas. He is fighting to be a reserve or a role player on the French national team.
He couldn't even make the French national team.
He couldn't make the French national team. Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing with Killian Hayes? Like, we gotta stop being like he can be a great role player in that, because the truth is the Pistons aren't the best situation. I'm not gonna say they were, but at the end of the day, he had plenty of opportunity to show something to somebody that any of the other 29 teams could have went and grabbed you in a trade. Let's be very clear. The phone lines are very, very open right now. Troy Weaver is taking all calls on Killian Hayes, and those phone lines are dead, man. You have to just let it go.
I mean, who's Marcus? What's his name? Sasser. Like that's like one of the reasons you look at too. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't draft another guard if Killian gave you something.
You drafted a guard every single draft since drafting Killian Hayes. Like, let's just call it what it is, man. Like, stop trying to give the hypothetical and hang on to the boat. Just let go. Just let go. Go down with the ship, man.
It's fair. You can't go down with the ship, but if you want to stay with the ship while it's rocking, make sure you check out the Woodward Sports live stream parties, because we're going to be watching all these games live in the studio. Whether it's Michigan, whether it's Michigan State, whether it's Lions, Woodward Sports are going to be here chilling, watching the game. So make sure you guys tune in to the Woodward Sports live stream parties live on Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Yeah, if you can't make the French national team,
I will say their front court though could be tough. If they get Joel Embiid's an open recruit. He could play for French or USA. They could have Wemby and Embiid. That would be nasty.
That would be nasty.
That would be actually.
Why would he
really
play
nasty.
for France? Did he ever live in France?
I just heard
Joel
that
Embiid?
just heard that that's his possibility. Is those are the
Imagine
two possibilities.
recruiting for Olympic teams or FIBA teams. Hey, you come play for France, we'll give you 5,000 baguettes.
We got you.
Throw in some extra croissants on that bitch.
What country would you want to be recruited by?
He likes croissants.
What? What did you just say?
Croissants. Coruscant is the capital of Star Wars.
Nerd!
Hey, dude, that's like basic knowledge. What team would I want to be recruited by?
This guy's
Brazil.
Yeah,
for sure.
Send me
Brazil,
some of
for
them
sure.
big booty baddies over here to
That's
give
what I'm
me.
saying.
I'll go with Rick Pitino down to Brazil and hit a recruiting trip.
Yeah, I'm not even asking anybody else that question. That is the answer.
That's the answer. My answer was going to be New Zealand just because Steven Adams will make sure nobody fucks with me ever.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're right. Brazil. Come on.
Yeah.
What are we,
Have
what are
Rick
we doing?
Pitino be my recruiting director, and Brazil is the team recruiting me.
Man.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm in the strip clubs in Brazil, turning up with drug lords, popping bottles with big asses next to me. That's what it's all about.
Oh, they're so fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
That brown skin, green
Brazil
eyes,
girls are
fat
either
little booties.
literally complete 10s, or they look like baby rhinos. Like there's no no in between.
You're right.
There's no in
100%.
between. They're either the most beautiful woman you've ever seen or me. Like there's no in between.
Or Spenny. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Well, you know, if you got something beautiful, this is some company to put with that beautiful company, and that is Glorious Cannabis. Just in time for football, Glorious Cannabis is dropping a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue.
Ooh,
It smells
Columbia would be
so
good, too.
good. It's like the whiff of a first playoff win in 31 years. Damn, that must taste bittersweet. It's a gassy, aggressive strain named in honor of Detroit football. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you are missing out. They are so smooth. Find them at the Dispo Dispensary for 25% off, or see them online at gloriouscanna.com.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune in to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zaniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Outdoor Equipment Company is your source for outdoor power equipment, sales, service, and parts, carrying top brands such as Bad Boy, LS Tractor, Steel, and more, servicing the Great Lakes regional locations, Metro Detroit, and Greater Lansing. For more information, visit us at OutdoorEquipCo.com. Outdoor Equipment Company, your power equipment playground.
Welcome back. Hit the like button. 5-star review on podcast platforms. Easy, Spinny, Chris, JB. What up? What are you laughing?
Lucas has me dying in the comments. He said you can cheat on Brazilians and they'll still hang on for dear life.
You know what's got me really messed up, honestly? You watching The Sopranos?
No, he's talking about Latinos.
He's talking about Latinas in general.
Latinas,
I mean,
yeah,
Brazilian Latinas. But watch The Sopranos. Everybody's got their gumas.
Yeah.
And the wife's understanding of it.
Yeah.
I need that.
Guma? Well, you better be a
I had that. It went bad.
drug lord, you know?
I got my guma pregnant. Fucked everything up.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Is what it is. Emmanuel Mosley officially listed as out for the Detroit Lions. We should have got to that a little bit earlier in the show, but I thought it was like one of those things everybody knew. What?
Tom Izzo said, I know a woman like Helen Keller. Jesus, man.
That could be fun. And, I mean, listen. When do you think he'll be back? I let her, feel her way around. Just saying. Probably, all right, I'm not going there.
Hey, yo!
Mouth hella wet, though. I'm like,
imagine, like, she's...
Too far. Back to sports. Actually, no, fuck it. We got 5 minutes.
Bro.
You got the New York Mets video?
New York Mets video.
From Slack yesterday?
Is that the video you just told me grab during the show at the beginning?
I mean, there's that one, too. Go throw that one up there as well.
Tony's best guma was the old girl that threw the pork roast at him, or threw the roast at him.
Listen, 2 minutes, but it's not gonna. No, listen. How much is
Justin
not
Gaethje.
playing?
Finished last year.
Now, if you are playing, but if you come up and you're not ready, we're not switching players. I think it should be
Arguing fantasy football.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what happens.
There was another one there of that meth guy in whatever place. But sorry, Chris. I'll just yell at you later about it.
WWE said Spenny going to hell.
Oh, yeah.
What? She's blind and deaf. Helen Keller, right?
She's blind and deaf.
And dumb. What is she,
His best Guma is definitely the chick who threw the roast.
The chick who threw the roast at him.
And then Irina, the Russian one's like second.
Yeah.
Talking about this one.
I mean, she's... Yes. This guy. What is your reaction when you come across like this in public?
Tweaker? Oh, man. Maybe not from him, but just people watch. People watching tweakers is one of my favorite things to do.
Oh, it's the best.
It is the best.
Yeah. If you're Chris, you fight him, but
yeah. To be clear, you punch them. You initiate. You initiate the fight. You don't just. You don't wait for them to fight. You bring the fight to them.
I just don't want. I wouldn't.
Lucas Claude says, "Do you think Helen Keller was for real? Like, do you know?" I don't know, man. With all the shit that she did,
it wasn't that.
What did she do?
She was writing books and shit, bro.
Yeah, in Braille. And then they translate it.
I don't know.
Actually, no. Actually,
it's like a Stevie Wonder situation. Like Stevie Wonder's not actually blind.
Oh, that's 100% true. You don't catch that. You don't catch that microphone. Hey, that's why we got to stop.
Wait, is that a real thing?
You never see the video of Stevie Wonder catching the mic?
No.
I'll play it tomorrow. I'll show you after, actually. But no, that's why Big Sean is one of the GOATs. You want to talk about Detroit GOATs? He got Stevie Wonder to say on his album Detroit 2, and I quote, "I can see."
Yeah.
Man got him to admit it was Fugazi. It was fake.
Fugazi. I gotta find this video.
Yeah, look it up. It's amazing.
You the motherfucker that be doing jokes about Stevie Wonder? That shit's not fucking funny, man. Your mama ain't raised you right. That's why you do that. But while you're finding that video, let me tell you guys about Woodward Rivals. Woodward Rivals, me and Sam Flannel going at it about Michigan and Michigan State. It'll be on Friday today because we got the Lions game tomorrow. So the Lions Insider Show will be tomorrow. But on Friday, from 7 to 8 a.m., me and Flannel will be going at it. Woodward Rivals, breaking down everything Michigan State. How am I getting canceled? That's what Stevie Wonder does.
I don't know. I've been checked out. I was looking for the Stevie Wonder.
Dude, Dr. Dre said it. He's like,
did
Stevie
you not
Wonder
find
calls
It's like the first thing on YouTube.
No, I did. It's like the thing that's like leaning.
Dr. Dre says it. He's like, when Stevie Wonder calls you, he calls you early as hell. He's like, what's the difference to him? Like 5 a.m., 5 p.m.
Yeah.
It is all the same.
You don't want to be doing jokes about Stevie Wonder. That shit's not fucking funny, man.
Eddie Murphy, one of the best.
You really want to impress me, Stevie? Back this bitch out the fucking driveway. Bro, Eddie Murphy is goated, man.
I don't even know. Is this sad that I don't really know what Helen Keller did outside like the books and shit?
I don't know, man. Didn't she fly a plane across the country?
She got lost in the fucking Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, wasn't she flying planes and shit? Did she?
Bro, I type in Helen Keller accomplishments, the first like auto thing, plane.
No way, bro.
I swear to God.
No way.
Wait,
first
what?
of all, that's just irresponsible. If you let her fly a plane,
that is super irresponsible. That is just wild.
She just forgets like over a school full of children. Like you can't let her fly a plane, bro.
I mean, that's a waste of money. How much
There's
does it
no
cost
way
to
that's
build
real.
that plane?
She won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1953.
She what? Won a Nobel Peace Prize? Yeah,
Yeah.
she didn't say shit.
She's friends with Mark Twain.
Didn't even give it Didn't even give a speech.
Yeah.
How inconsiderate.
First person with deaf and
Hear no
blindness
evil,
to
speak
graduate
no evil.
college.
She got 2 of them, done.
Hold on 1 second. Oh, 5th most interesting fact on this list. Great blowjobs.
Real great Hummer. But that'll do it for us.
Tune in for Bruder and Broder.
Tune in for Bruder and Broder coming on next. Make sure you guys like and share the stream. For Easy, for Chris, for JB, I'm Spencer Raxter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow right before the Lions and Kansas City Chiefs kick off. Peace.